Hey guys, so welcome to the Soul Streamer x Mabinogi team Just Chatting segment. So I just want to start off by, how long have you guys been playing the game?
Forever.
Again,
Since the
so
dawn of time,
I
yes.
feel like it never gets old to me because I feel like an old boomer because I'm like, well, but when I started playing, the mana tunnels and the moon gates closed.
Yeah. Windmill costs you 10% of your HP.
Now, I remember when I started, there weren't mounts.
Yeah.
And then when they released the horses, like the thoroughbred, the shire, and the
And it was just
Halfling Raiders.
really slow, but it was like amazing.
I still remember when the coolest thing is if you fed your bear a bunch of tofu, and so then you would have the giant bear.
Mine's maxed out.
Big dancing bear
Yep.
dancing around.
Red panda or the polar bear pets.
The game obviously has been around for 14 years. Would you guys say more or less you've been playing that for on and off then for that amount of time? Or did you guys start later, earlier?
Started in 2009, which is a long time ago, in high school, playing with all of my friends, and we would come home from school and it would be like the first thing we would do is log on to Mappy. I would spend all my weekends doing it.
Basically, when I started out playing with not just my guild, but my family. My mom played, my grandma played, my brother played.
No way.
So we were all playing together.
It's amazing.
And my mom loved to use archery, and my brother liked to use all the close combat stuff and the magic stuff. And I kind of found a way to navigate combat to kind of support them, because at the time a mob running at you was terrifying because you only had 2 ways to deal with that, and that was either counterattack or windmill.
I think that the really fun part about Mabby is that it's not I have to be oh, I'm an archer and I can only use archery. It's that I can use archery and I can use alchemy and I can use chain blade and I can mix them all together. So you're not kind of stuck into one skill besides race specific ones.
The cool thing too is there's no limit too. As end game goals, people usually you go for getting everything maxed.
Right.
And nowadays it's not out of the question to attain, especially if there's master plan event going on or double rainbow or stuff. But in terms of the pathing, usually what people start with, I found that Kobe, correct me if I'm wrong, if there's been very recent balance changes that I'm not aware of, but starting chain blades are pretty good if you're just starting out. They're a good balance of high DPS, utility. A lot of the skills, skill sets and talents, they'll work out for you, and then you just try to build other skills that add stats that add damage to them.
And I think one good call out with all these combat focused talents is also you don't necessarily have to get into any of that. Maybe you're someone who just milks cows all day.
The one thing I've always appreciated about Mabby is it's theoretically possible to reach cap level just cooking food for your friends.
And that's kind of what I love about that game, or the game, that there's all these little mechanics that nobody would ever notice by themselves, but then you're wait, if I counterattack the succubus enough time, you can steal their equipment basically, and you also get a fun title for it.
My favorite is that, how long have you been playing Mabby for?
How long have I?
Because this leads directly into my story.
On and off since 2008, so say.
And what did we teach you today?
Oh
Yeah.
What did we teach you in the studio?
I didn't know. The fact that on the maps you can click multiple points at once. I thought you could only make one line.
That's so old.
It's
Yeah.
so old.
That's been there since I started.
We were playing and I'm I see Rixie do that. I'm what?
But that's cool that even still, years later, you're still discovering stuff about the game. That's what I think is so magical about this game, right? You have a question?
You can just Bradley's next.
Bradley, please. You didn't know about that either, Brad?
Finding people.
The game has so much that, some of it becomes legacy content that you never even think of, and there are things that I'm too afraid to even touch, like pet AI.
I think one of my favorite things is that when I'm streaming or when I'm watching other Soul streamers or just anyone who's streaming Mappy, if they come across a new player, it's almost like a mission. They're everybody in the stream, come to this new player and we're gonna give them things.
What is a favorite pet of yours in the game that doesn't necessarily have utility? So I know corgis are top tier for that, but if you love corgis just because they're corgis, that's a different story. And favorite pets?
Mine would have to be when the crab came out. I remember when the crab first came out, and they had the bubble, and you could be in the bubble, and everybody was just like around Dumbarton in these bubbles.
My guilt will kill me if I don't say this, so I will say Coco Po is my favorite pet. If they're watching, shout out to Good Morning. But my personal favorite pet, that's not the Coco Po though, is what's the name of those pets? The little dogs with the flappy ears that can use thunder.
Thunder Spaniels.
Oh,
Yeah,
Thunder
Thunder
Spaniels.
Yeah, those are really cute. I love
Thunder
them.
Spaniels?
The Phoenix pet, just like it being on fire.
Is there a specific Phoenix though? Fantasia maybe?
No, just the original. It's orange.
No, Fantasia's cool as fuck.
Its entire body is just orange.
Like I loved the whole alpaca because you could hop around on it and just run around with it for some reason. You can just carry it.
First time I picked up an alpaca, I had no idea what was happening.
The wizard corgi is pretty cute, you know, aside from the utility. But other than that, I think probably the Bombay, the black cat, like really old pet. I mean, I got it because it would turn into a Dark Knight with you as a human. But yeah, I like cats.
Yeah, so we asked you guys some fun questions. You guys have any questions for us?
When do we get our green screen pop?
Dun, 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 dun.
Right?
I just need to know about elves on giant shoulders.
I think in terms of content like that, the biggest thing for us is always hearing what the community wants.
Community.
I mean, you all highlight that so well, but so do all your players and friends and guildmates and us here. We love being in the game with the community. And in terms of community, we always hear a lot of things that people want, a lot of things that people maybe don't like. But another thing that really helps us align for things like Elves on Giant Shoulders is hearing what the community likes that's currently going on. So things with the commerce update, maybe with pets, talking about favorite pets. Hearing from the community always what people like really helps us align on what to do in the future.
What would you guys say that your favorite part of working on Mabinogi is?
Getting to see the updates before you guys.
Wow,
That's my favorite part of Mabinogi. It's being in a community that I've been in for 14 years as a first anniversary militia again, gonna toot that one.
All right.
But also now getting to be a part of that community in a stronger way that lets me communicate with some of our great members and find out what can we do to continue making Mabinogi and community synonymous with each other.
You could make one pet, no hoops. You can put one pet in a game. What are you putting in there?
Ninja Corgi.
Ninja Corgi.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's
No one else has
it. Nobody else can answer now.
Riley wins.
All
But I
right.
think we're about done here, wrapping up. Again, just want to take a last minute. I could probably speak for Daniel at this point to say thank you guys so much for being out here. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support the game, making content. We'll keep on pushing out content as well on our end, and hopefully we could be here in 14 years celebrating the 28th year anniversary of Mobby. So thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
Call me Slim Ducket. I get money by the buckets, make a ruckus. I'm running through the sky. I don't know, I had it.